Hello everyone, this is Showtime. Before the video begins, I want to talk about why In Denial hasn't posted anything in ages. Many life events have come up for the both of us. I've been very busy with school and work like non-stop, preventing me from editing these videos. We did do recording sessions beforehand, but never got to uploading them. This episode was recorded in February and was current at that time, so please understand why it's not current anymore due to the topic we will be covering in the video doesn't match what is current now. Now, thank you and enjoy my potatoes! Hello, this is Showtime.
And Wagon Seller.
Alright, so this is our mini episode kind of things.
This is our mini series.
We are Minisized and Theorized.
Yes, ma'am.
He came up with that name.
Yep. Quick and easy.
Alright, so pretty much every episode we're going to talk about different things depending on where they fall upon the categories. Today's category, we are talking about television shows, more like animated television shows. We're going to talk about Steven Universe, Adventure Time, and Gravity Falls.
Spoilers! Spoilers!
So,
Spoilers.
Just to let you know, this will be, this series will talk about things that are currently happening within the episodes and going back upon other episodes. So if you're not caught up to any of those things or you want to continue
spoilers,
watching,
you get the hey out of here. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get though. But yeah, so make sure if you don't want anything spoiled for you, if you haven't started the episodes or you haven't seen anything, you might want to click out of this. Just go back to our regular In Denial shows.
Yeah.
But anyway, so, and if you've of the three shows, if you've only seen one or two of them, there's going to be right down in the description below the times where you can skip to get to that section and skip the section that you don't want to hear just now if you're behind, if you don't want to be spoiled.
Yep.
Alright, so the first show we want to talk about is Steven Universe, show written by Rebecca Sugar. Hooray. Oh man, very good show. Okay, so we all know that it's about the crystal gems, and Steven, who's half human, half gem.
Yep.
So, in the latest, well, not the latest episode, I haven't seen the latest episode. I didn't see last week's episode.
I saw this week's episode, and last week's episode was the episode we're going to talk about.
Alright, we're not going to talk about the one that just recently came out yesterday.
Yeah, which is yesterday.
Because I haven't seen it yet, because I worked. But, we're going to talk about, the kindergarten. So, as we know, throughout the show, they make little remarks and everything like that. I forget which episode it was, but if you remember, Garnet said to Steven, oh, it was the Lion episode, when Lion goes, can we keep him? And then Garnet goes, well, we kept Amethyst. They literally did. They kept Amethyst.
That they did. And now that I hear that, I now realize what you mean.
It's not a joke.
Yeah.
It's literal. It's kind of sad, because, at first I was like, haha, it was so funny. Now when I watch Lion, I'm like,
oh, that's kind of depressing.
That's depressing. At the same time, it's like, you understand why Amethyst is a bit rebellious.
Yeah, because she's not a proper gem. She wasn't raised on the home world. She was
created to be evil.
She was created to take over the planet Earth and to kill all humans.
But that's the thing, though. We actually don't know that. So the show always throws out a lot of things that can lead to others. Yeah. So what I want to talk about is what exactly happened to the crystal gems and why exactly are they there? All that they released, unless there's something that they released in last week's episode, which I think they might have. Mm-hmm. But oh, okay. So in last week's episode, they talked about well,
technically, I think there's a bit, but I don't want to talk about it because then it'll spoil you.
Anyway. Well, you can spoil me. I'm going to find out eventually. Okay.
You'll find it out.
Okay. Anyway, so what happens is that we all know that they end up there, and if you watch the moon episode or the space episode for the spaceship,
yeah, the space
Pearl tried hard to get out of space to see what the homeworld
was
was like, but obviously she had to evacuate for reasons.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. It's like when I first saw this show, my theory was they were rejected and they were just not welcome, or they did something. Well, technically my theory was kind of correct.
And I think my theory was also correct, but it melded into hers, where my theory was that the gems were originally colonists on Earth, and they tried to make it in a world like their home world. I didn't know about them being outcasts until the episode where
Amethyst.
No.
Or not Amethyst. I'm sorry, not Amethyst.
Where the
green. What's her face? I forget her name.
Yeah,
Where the green
technological green one with the little orbs that shoot out like toothpaste sort of looking stuff.
Oh, but did you also notice throughout the show, If you watch the Pond Ladies, when they did Lapras and the other character, whatever
Yeah.
her name is, the green girl, did you notice that they all are like, they're all like blah, but then you look at the crystal gems, they all have stars on them. It's like their own group.
I guess that's true, isn't it?
It's like, it kind of like points them out that they're different, that they're their own thing. So, the thing is though, it's like, I feel like, I don't know if they just haven't gone, like, expressed upon it or anything, but if you look into Steven Universe, I mean, we all know they all have similar, they actually all have the same, they all have the same powers. You know, they've expressed that, like, just, like, Pearl doesn't like to shift forms, but, you know, she says she can. Because, like, in that episode where they're playing Steven tag.
Yeah.
But, if you look at the Lapis episode, once she was fixed, she was able to grow wings.
Yep.
It's like, why would Pearl need a spaceship if she had that power? So now I'm kind of curious to know why, like, these other characters are able to do things.
I think it's like...
I don't know if it's like maybe they're just certain breeds.
When it comes to gem powers, I have a feeling that the crystal gems are more based around, like, manipulation of their bodies and, like
more like soul,
making
maybe,
images.
you
Yeah.
do you think they're more like soul?
Because, like, their weapons, they can transform themselves, right? And they can, like, change. However, the other ones... Like, the other two you've seen, Lapis has control over water, but she doesn't change her body at all, right?
Yeah, she has, like,
like, control of elements. And then, I think, whatever the green one is called.
Well, she was more just science.
Like, science and, like, energy.
You can tell that she probably has, like, some form of able to, like do mechanics.
Manipulation of, mechanical objects.
So, she's obviously, like, intelligence
kind
of thing. So, it's just, I mean, right now, we've only seen 2 gems. So, it makes me wonder. At the same time, though, I always wonder, what was Rose beforehand? We all know Rose was the leader.
A big lady.
If you
remember the video.
She was a big lady.
She was way bigger
Don't forget
than Greg.
She was also pregnant, too. That just made her
But no,
bigger.
she was like 5 feet taller than... Like 2 or 3 feet taller than Greg, and Greg's got to be like a 5 foot, like he's like a standard height human. So
I think it's cute. I always find it cute when
crazy.
I always love it when there's a taller woman and the guy is shorter. I've always loved that.
She was tall. That's all I'm gonna say. If I looked up to her, I'd be like, "Oh, giantess." I'm just saying.
But anyway, so I'm curious now, but I want to say that my theory now, based off my other theories, since it's kind of been proven, is that because we all know from the kindergarten episode that they were created there. Obviously, they did something to stop them, and they always wanted. My question is, why do they want to go to the homeworld though? If like they want to protect, why would they want to go back if the people that they once were wants to kill these things they are trying to protect?
Well, you know,
would you really want to be with people who's trying to kill things that need protecting? I don't know.
See, the thing is, I believe that the crystal gems they just went native, you know? They fell in love with the world that they, like, went to. Because, I mean, why else would, you know, Rose Quartz end up falling in love with a human and then splitting her essence and essentially killing herself so she could have a child?
Well, yeah.
And then...
At the same time, though...
They fell in love with the beauty of Earth.
My question is, though, being based off of what they've seen, too, they said only one of us can exist at a time. How exactly do they create
produce?
Things? Yeah, because...
You saw how they produce. Are
they always just coming up? Well, no, but they didn't really say if that's exactly how you make the crystal gems, or that's just specifically how you make, like, an Amethyst kind of character.
I don't know. I think that to make a crystal gem, what they have to do is... I mean, you saw those machines, right, that look like giant viruses?
Yeah, yeah.
Those must be like some sort of like...
But it's like...
Because, I mean, they went to a place that looked like a mine.
Well, yeah. Like
and then they must have
valley.
used what's naturally there, and they formed that into some kind of crystal, which is what they all are when they don't have the human body, you know, the humanoid bodies.
Yeah.
And then they must fill it with some kind of weird magical energy, and then that transforms them into a being of existence.
But at the same time, don't forget, she goes, "I'm not like you guys."
Exactly. Well,
so,
true.
So it's like, okay, then how did the others get created? Because Rose has already proven that only one person can be made at a time, or one gem can be existed at a time. So how does the other gems exist? And if they're like pretty much almost immortal, how does that work?
I think the ultimate thing about that is that
because the only way they can die is if their gem is cracked, or their gem
gets broken.
Yeah.
I think that such things would be answered if they decided to do an arc that goes based around, like, I feel like there's going to be a big ultimate battle between, the forces of Earth versus the forces of whatever the gem world's called. Like, because, I mean, obviously they're trying to invade.
Well, yeah, because they're obviously trying to come back.
And, like, the gems try and stop it. Do you want a spoiler for that current episode, or do you want to, like, keep it?
We'll keep it for the next episode.
Yeah, we'll keep it for the next episode.
We'll do it, so for the next few more episodes, then we'll be all up to date.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just have one episode. Then
well, yeah, but I'm talking about the next few episodes from now from this minisode.
Oh,
We'll move to the next topic.
Whatever, you'll find out. You'll find out when you watch it, anyway. So.
All right. Okay, I think we're just gonna save it for either Adventure Time or we're gonna do.
Yeah, we'll talk
Gravity
about
Falls.
it later.
I think because we already covered Gravity Falls, we're just gonna go to Adventure
Back to
Time.
Steven Universe. Anything else you want to talk about?
Adventure Time. Oh, for Steven Universe.
Because we're doing this. You know what I mean. One done, another done, another done.
Or do you want to just keep it one? Like all one episode dedicated to something?
Well, if we're keeping it for 15 minutes, we have 5 minutes left.
Oh, yeah.
So let's just make it for 15.
Please excuse us while we are
Yeah, I'm sorry
out.
for wasting your time.
This is our first.
This is our first Minisized and Theorized.
I'll get used to it.
Minisized and Theorized.
Okay, we'll just stay on Steven Universe. Never mind. So forget that whole spiel
Jazz.
I did in the morning.
Okay.
Or in the
Spiel.
Wow, I'm tired. In the beginning of the episode. Okay, so back to Steven Universe. Okay, because I still question it though, because they made it pretty clear in that episode only one of us can exist at a time and everything. So, but then okay, that brings me to Lion.
Okay.
Lion's a character I love. I don't understand though. If you think about it, he has the ability. Well, they've only proven that Steven at this point can only enter Lion's mane when chosen.
So Lion's mane, yeah.
You just paused the video.
Sorry about that. I didn't know what I was doing. I was messing around. Anyway.
Yeah, leave the electronics for the professional here. Anyway, so Lion's mane, only Steven has been able to enter it so far at this point. If you notice that inside that episode of Lion 3 straight to video, he goes into his mane, and there's a whole bunch of like keepsakes that Rose had. My question is though, if Rose obviously had to stick those there, but there is the possibility that he might have somehow stuck it in himself, which I don't think that's possible.
Yeah.
But, how, like, and then the part where they do bring Lion the first episode, it's like, they act like they've never seen him before. If he was previously Rose's, how did he exist then? Like, why would they not have known who he is? He clearly belonged to Rose at some point, because he carries a sword, which goes with Steven's shield.
Yeah.
Because only he can give Steven the sword, which goes with the shield.
Yeah.
So, but like, it's just, how does that work? Why does Lion? I think
Lion is. I feel Lion might be like, sort of like, my theory about Amethyst is like, they must have infused her with like energy to make her a gem.
But
like,
that is the thing.
Out of being raw materials, I think
he doesn't have a gem.
He's a super lion.
But he doesn't have a gem.
Well, the thing is,
he has a connection
he's a connection to the gem that Steven has. He must be a lion that had Rose's energy inserted into it. That means he always works with anyone who has Rose's gem. Ergo, Steven would have stuff from his mom that was stored with him, and he's probably like immortal.
I mean, because he has the powers of a crystal, like, creature.
Yeah.
Lion is pretty super, like, powered. But the thing is, he doesn't have a gem.
Yeah.
And, all creatures shown in the show have always had a gem on some point in them, or on them.
Yep.
But he's the only one who's not proven. He's only proven to be, like, an animal who has gem-like powers. So is he actually a part of her?
I think he's, like...
Because he obviously has a connection to Steven, if you think about it. I mean,
I feel the thing about, he's, like, connected to the rose quartz gem.
But then it's like, how did they never see him before?
Well, I mean, think about it. Garnet goes on secret missions all the time. They go on missions that Steven doesn't know about. I'm sure Steven's mom went on missions without their knowledge, and somehow she infused something into a lion or a cat or whatever have you, and made it some kind of super gem-esque being.
That's true.
Like a hybrid.
It
might be a hybrid of living creature. And
oh, so it could be like pretty much like Steven, like an
yeah.
Well, maybe.
He's an
There's a theory right there.
Yeah.
Maybe before she made Steven, she wanted to try the idea of something fusing with a gem.
Yeah.
So maybe she fused a gem creature and a
maybe
lion or something like
that. Yeah, a
that.
little bit of herself and maybe a lion. Can that explain why he's connected to Steven?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Huh.
Yeah, good theory.
That's
All right.
Good theory.
So we're reaching our end point.
Any other theories you want to throw out there?
I think
ideas?
for that we can discuss another episode of Steven Universe later down the line when we see what happens.
Yeah,
maybe.
So we'll probably do a few weeks from now. We'll do another Steven Universe when Steven Universe starts posting up more.
Yeah, another episode or two. Hopefully they develop into something that's not really comedy, more like story-wise.
I think
I want to see that overarching arc. I want to see more gems.
I do have to say, though, I really love how Rebecca Sugar, this is really random, I love how she throws in a lot of Nintendo products into that series.
Yeah, she does.
They
had an N64.
They had an N64, they had a
it.
GameCube, and they had like an SNES or something like that in one episode.
Well, she's probably a lot of people do that, right? It's just like retro culture, and people love
Usually people throw in an Xbox kind of thing, but now it's like, she throws in Nintendo. I love that.
Yep.
Anyways.
Alright,
so signing off, this is our Minisized and Theorized episode.
And thank you very much for listening.
Alright, so I think our next episode will probably cover some video games, like Banjo-Kazooie.
Okay.
When they release more information. So that'll be a good episode.
Okay.
Alright, signing off.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.